Welcome to Mike Drops Up Close. We speak to entrepreneurs and thought leaders from all around the globe. Tune in and hit subscribe. Stay informed with inspiring stories from our amazing guests. We get up close and personal, covering subjects from business, marketing, and mindset. Hosted by Michael Kalisperis, a successful digital marketer and property investor.
Welcome to Mike Drops Up Close, and we've got a really special guest here today. It's Jon Vaughn. I hope I said that right, John. I bet people say all sorts of surnames, different pronunciations. I get it with my name, Kalisperis. But basically, I've got Jon on here. I find him an amazing entrepreneur. What he's managed to do, he's got a massive team that are helping him within his software company. And I just want to give you a little great background of Jon. But the best way to do that is to basically explain it to get Jon to explain it for us. So, Jon, can you tell us, please, how you started Tier 5 and a bit about your background, how you started this whole I'll call it a movement, because it's like a movement. And I joined your group and your movement because I see some value in everything that you guys are creating at the moment.
Yeah, so I guess I could give you the short and dirty instead of like giving you my whole life story.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's pretty interesting. And we'll save my whole life story for another day. But to get the gist of it, I didn't really like public education. I guess to some extent, and because of my upbringing and my childhood and things that I had actually experienced in my life, that the typical painted picture of the happy, like average person in society, the different things than they would actually experience, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, I found myself working in a factory pushing buttons.
Yeah.
And because I was in a factory pushing buttons, like people who were in charge of me, were able to understand that I could just mechanically, I could easily understand how machines work, and if they broke, I could just easily be putting them back together, and I could just understand basic mechanical stuff, right? So essentially, through this process, I go from pushing buttons to learning how to be a setup person and actually being the guy that fixes all the machines and sets all the machines up for assembly, to being the dude that's the actual leader, the line leader that's leading the entire assembly line and making sure that the most skilled person is at each machine making parts, to being essentially, you could call it a mathematician, like a lean philosopher that's actually looking and evaluating the position of the machines and the assembly line and that process, doing process audits to see if that's actually an efficient way to do things. And from there, I got to be a machinist and go into a machine shop. And anyways, I got to work on CNC machines, and this is where it starts, right? I get to work on CNC machines, and essentially I learned, and if you don't know what a CNC machine is, you should check them out.
I had one. I just sold it. I had it within my sign writing and print shop.
How many axes?
Sorry, it was a 5-axis. It was a 10 by 8 foot. I used to create signs and create, cut out. I used the basics of it. I didn't use the half.
So you know how to write G code and stuff?
Well, no, I used the software. I can't remember what software it was. There was two different types. There was could you do it with AutoCAD? But there was one that came with the actual CNC machine, and it was just so easy. All you had to do was just like bring in an Adobe Illustrator file, a vector file, and the lines would be converted to just a 2D. And so I only needed 2D because I was just cutting out shapes. I didn't really do the 3D stuff, although I could have done it with 3D Studio Max or Maya. Yeah, but yeah, the G code it converted for you. I forgot what the program was. You might be able to remind me. But there's a major program that would convert it for you. So you put it into from the Illustrator file, you put it into the program, and it would convert it to G code, and that'd be sent out to the CNC machine. But I can't remember off the head of my. I think it begins with A. But
there's a lot of them out there, like Splicer and stuff. There's a lot of them that will take essentially a 3D file or a vector plot file and turn it into G code. But so I started working on these machines, right? You know what they are, and they're amazing machines. It's like my whole life changed, because up until then, I mean, my whole life was in a process of changing. But up until then, it was essentially like, you know, a whole lot of manual work. It was like, you got to make this thing, and it's a whole lot of manual work. You know, you got to put it in these machines, and then to be a real machinist, right? You have to put it in these machines and then manually turn these machines, and that takes a certain skill set. But regardless of whether you can get the skill set or not, that's much less efficient, much more inefficient than taking a CNC machine and programming a static set of functions that can repeat over and over and now need no human interaction. That now your amount of physical work, instead of having like, let's say 20 hours of physical actual work that you have to do, where you have to take breaks and stuff because you're getting tired and your mind's like, you're making, you're making small precisions. So now you replace that whole thing with, now the amount of work that you have to do is like literally go get the metal or go get the chunk of material, sit it in, you know, make sure it's tight in there, and then hit go and wait until the thing's done, and then maybe turn it. If you got one of the 5-axis like yours, then you very rarely have to turn it, because that head turns itself and positions itself. So it's like a beautiful thing. And at that point, I realized I've got to learn how to do this. Like so I started playing with those, learning how to program. And from there, I decided, you know, hey, this is where the world's going to go, right? In these factories, I see these machines, like these robots that are just literally replacing people. And I'm like, okay, well, this is probably where the world's going to go. I need to be in technology. So I went to college, computer engineering, and then remember that first part.
You make it sound so easy. Went to college, computer engineering.
Yeah, I went to college, computer engineering. It's like, that's what I said. It's like, okay, fine, I'll go to college and I'm gonna go do computer stuff. And then during college, kind of part of that beginning of the childhood that I told you, like that upbringing where all these experiences that had kind of like been going with my life. And then during college, it was like, boom, like it's like the big bang beginning of the world or whatever. And then just life happened. So I went to the internet and I started freelancing. I started looking for jobs on the internet, places like Elance, freelancer.com, outsource.com. Started looking for programming jobs, and I started doing them. People started hiring me. I started doing their work, and then after some time, I didn't want to do it anymore. I decided I wanted to hire people and have them do it for me, because then I could get a lot more done. I get a lot more done that way. So I started doing that, and that kind of had its ups and downs. And then I decided, well, look, I'm going to hire companies, and I'm going to work with companies and hire a company, because they're probably more reliable than just a freelancer. And I started doing that, and that kind of had its ups and downs. And then so I said, well, you know, I'm just going to start my own company and hire people directly, and then that's how I'm going to get all this stuff done. I've done that ever since, and that's had a lot more ups and downs. You know, every day is
standard, though, isn't it? I mean,
running a business, sure.
Yeah. I mean, people look at it on the outside and they sometimes think, oh wow, they've done so well and it's so straightforward. And in my previous interview, we kind of had a bit of a touch on it with David Michaels, and growth takes a lot of time, effort, pain, hard work. You know, I mean, you might be your own boss, but we never stop working. I mean, you're working, it's a Sunday. I'm working, it's a Sunday. But my goal is, my end goal is to be never stop with my son. And that's, people don't get it, or would just be with your Sunday. But you've got to get the growth to get comfortable, to be able to help your son. I've just explained to people, my son was made severely disabled, born healthy. And so my life turned, and, you know, basically I turned to the internet, a bit like John did. And I've just released a book, actually. I'll put the link in if anyone's interested. It's called My Little Spartan. There's my beautiful son there. And it's about perseverance, because, you know, we suffered depression and, you know, a lot of shit's happened. And it's cool. It says, embrace the struggle to find your strength. And that pretty much sums it up. You know, unleash your inner Spartan. I truly believe we've all got an inner Spartan within us, because no matter how much shit hits us in our lives, you know, we've got to find deep down that extra strength just to keep going. And it might be in business, it might be in a personal relationship, it might be, you know, your upbringing. But, you know, I think we're all fighters. No one no one is not a fighter. We've all got that strength within us. It's just, you know, really fine tuning and finding it, you know. So, you know, that's where I want to touch on, and that's pretty much why I found you guys as a company. Again, I'm doing interviews with really, you know, elite entrepreneurs as far as I'm concerned, and that's why I asked you, and I'm really honoured that you actually accepted, because I know you are bloody crazily busy, and you're growing even faster than anything I can see out there at the minute. You just really are just like booming at the minute. And it's no surprise, because the stuff that you do is absolutely awesome. This is why I joined your network and joined you as a, you know, part of the community and as a member of you know, the team in terms of like the membership. And I really have found immensely valuable your software. So I mean, you're constantly growing this software, and as someone who's a member of your team, I get this software and I get to use it. And as a company, what's really unique about Tier 5 is if you become part of their group and you become within the inner circle as such, you actually get unlimited access to their software, which is pretty damn rare and awesome. And they're constantly developing some really unique, cool software out there. And you've just a new one now, which is absolutely blooming amazing. And I've got to just look into it. But you know, it's just ultimate that a company like you wants to give back so much to their members. And you've got a really great commission set up as well, which is again another reason why I really respect you guys, because rather than being, you know, the greedy capitalist entrepreneur, you know, you're giving back, but you still got enough to grow. You know, you're not being stupid. You're still being, you know, sensible in your growth and scale as a company. But you're also giving back and being fair, which gives, you know, entices people to use your software. But not just that, the software's blooming awesome. So let's just touch on. I use a lot Link Wizard, and I use Invoicing You, and you know, all the other stuff I do use as well. But at the minute, I'm using those the most. And in fact, I'll put the link in with this in the comments when this goes live. I use Link Wizard, and for me, Link Wizard works brilliant because it tracks really detailed people that are clicking on my book, and it tells you what regions of the world they're on, and you can split the links. So if you're sharing profits with certain people, you can split the links and do a rotating link, for instance. There's just so much to it. So I mean, rather than me trying to explain your software and your baby, it'd be great if you could like let my community and the people watching and the people that are going to like and share this video, because I know there'll be loads, because what I'm going to offer for this group, which has really kindly been donated to me for being part of his membership. John has really kindly offered to bundle up a lot of software and 6 months membership, which is easily around maybe over $6,000, I think, $6,000 worth of software bundled up, and people that join my group, Effusive Entrepreneur Circle, will be I'll be sharing what you need to do. But basically, I'll explain it now. What I want people to do is jump straight into my group. When you join my group, the person with the best joke, right, who gets the best engagement, will win this. It's £6,000 worth of awesome software. John's going to start explaining the software. It's absolutely blooming awesome. And honestly, you don't have to be a marketer to gain off this software. It helps any business. It really is that for leads, for like tracking stuff or invoicing. It really helps everything. It's like CRM's built in, scraping tools, the whole lot. It's amazing. It really is amazing. So, you know, without further ado, I'm going to introduce John again to introduce his software. So, Jon Vaughn, do you want to take it away? Let your software speak for itself, because it really does.
Yeah, sure. So, and just to be clear, what you want to do is you want people to join your group, and you'll give them a link, and then you want them to go in your group and post some jokes, right? And
that's it, man. I love humor, mate. I think, you know, sometimes people are too serious in life. Some people I see it all the time. People are bashing people on the internet. People trying to, you know, get the limelight and trying to get their own engagement from knocking people. I've, you know, recently had it with a tagging thing. And the reality is, at the end of the day, I think people can just grow naturally by being bloody high quality human beings. You know what I mean? They don't have to be, be cheeky. And at the end of the day, the way I see it is, you know, this opportunity for people is absolutely immense, and I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to share this. That is a massive value. It really is, and I think when you start explaining what the software does, there's loads of it. People will see for themselves. It's absolutely awesome. So yes, join my group. Drop in a post with the. I'll set up a post, and then put in your comments within that post. So this is the joke post I'll put, and then whoever puts the best joke within that post will win. We'll let it run for about a week or so, and then at the end of the week, we're going to tally it all up and see who wins. And whoever wins gets £6,000 worth of awesome software, and it really is worth that much. But John will explain it, and it should be higher actually, because that £6,000 worth is actually on the reduced value, isn't it? So it's
on our value. That's based on prices that we've historically charged for the software, which are reduced prices based on what we did whenever we did competitor research. So
cool.
If you were to get it from other companies, then it would cost you more money.
That's my point. Yeah. So if you added all these different things up, it costs a lot more. So yeah, if you could explain to us your group, your software and everything, it'd be great. I know there's a lot, so maybe
Sure. So we can talk about. I'm just going to share my screen here.
Sure.
And we can talk about the Tier 5 community after we kind of go through and talk about the softwares, because the softwares are kind of a big part of the Tier 5 community. It's something that people really enjoy about the Tier 5 community. But you were talking about Link Wizard, and you like Link Wizard so much.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I don't use anything else now. I just use that. It is pretty brilliant for my link shorteners. It does it all. It says so much. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so just so you know, all of these softwares. So I, like you said, like Michael said, I'm the founder and CEO of Tier 5. It's a software development firm. We have right around 40 full-time software engineers on staff. I think we have like actually 36, 37 if I go and count them right now. All right, and we've historically built high-end SaaS softwares for our clients, and then we've also over the last 2.5 years we've built our own softwares, and the softwares that we've built for ourselves have essentially been for me and for us as a company, tools that I've needed every day in my life as an entrepreneur running a company. And I was finding other tools that I had to go in and use, right? And those tools didn't actually fully do the things that I wanted to actually be able to do. So since I'm an engineer and I have an office full of software engineers, I was just like, hey, let's build some software to do this, and I don't have to pay those guys anymore, and I don't have to get half the functionality of what I actually want. I can do exactly what I want. So short links. I mean, everybody understands you share content on the internet, and Link Wizard is essentially Tier 5's version of Googly or Bitly or Owly. It's a URL shortener. You can see I've got a bunch of different shortened links. Here's an interesting one right here. So here's an interesting one right here. Here's a rotating link called Free Stuff, and it's a rotating link, and this link rotates through every single affiliate offer that I have for ClickFunnels. So,
I love it. I love it.
So I just share this one link and it says free stuff, and it does something that no other URL shortener allows you to do.
There is nothing out there, and that's what I'm trying to say. So let's just, because there's a lot of people that won't fully quite grasp that. So when someone goes to a Bitly or Google shortener, they normally just put their name, their URL, they shorten it, and it's just a one shortener link for that one site that they might be going to. But what yours is doing is you can put rotating links in, which actually opens the doors to so much, especially if you're in like I say, any industry. If you've got promotions that you want to put out there, and actually actually almost split test, you can do split tests with it quite nicely. It's pretty damn awesome because you can add pixels and so on and tags, and there's so many levels within it where you can track things even more detailed. But it gives great analytics in itself on the dashboard anyhow. But absolutely awesome. So yeah, I can see you've got that there.
Yeah. No, it's definitely an awesome URL shortener. So you get your standard feature that you go in and create some long URL that you wanna make nice and pretty. So you give me the long URL if you want to customize, what it is, and just say, hey, this is some pretty link. You can do that. If you want to add pixels, you can upload all your different upload all your different pixels. You see I've got a custom pixel here. You can upload Facebook pixels if you got YouTube pixels, Google pixels, any pixel that you want, any little custom script you can upload. You can tag stuff. So we do a lot of stuff for organization where you can tag stuff and you can give it a description so that you know exactly where you put this out in the internet, right? Because now what you can do is you can share this link one place, and you can create this link and customize it one place, but you can share 100 million places. And then if you ever want to update that, you just come right in here and you can update that.
It's awesome. Right? Yeah, it saves time. Absolutely amazing.
So and so we let you do a lot of organization for that. You can also customize your redirect page. So whenever somebody clicks on the short link, there's a short page in between. There's a short time in between that we load up all your pixels and everything. All right. So if you want to actually create an ad screen, a custom screen for them to see, you know, brand your face or your name or something that they're going to see every time they click your link before they go to the final destination, you can do that. The fave icon, if you know what that is, like this little thing up here that just in the link preview, you can customize that if you want to. The link preview, and the link preview, this is the link preview right here that you're seeing. You see this thing right here. This is actually the link preview. Where the only URL I know that lets you actually lets you customize it, or that grabs it from the long URL. So like if you were to go create a short link on Bitly or Googly, and you were to share that link, you would see that there is no link preview there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I love about it. It makes it works better than anything out there. It's just, like I said, this is just one software that does so much more than people can even, you know, imagine. It really is amazing.
We'll dive deep and we'll go in and grab all the link preview and all the OG data from your long URL and just instantly use that. Or if you want to completely customize it, which is what I've done, I've completely customized this to say whatever I wanted it to say. If you want to completely customize it, you can customize that. If you want to put an expiration date on it to say, hey, this link's only valid to this date, you can do that. And then
great competitions, isn't it? Great for competitions. Yeah.
Once it expires, then you can redirect them to another link, another long link, or another short link that you set up.
Yeah.
You can add a schedule, so you can actually say, hey, this link is variable, and on Monday I want it to go to here, and on Tuesday here, and so that you could, let's say, for example, create a daily deals link. Why is that there? Maybe you don't think that's useful, but you'll learn about the Tier 5 community, and the reason that that's there is because Tier 5 community members asked for that specific feature, and they said, hey, we would like this, so we were just like, okay, since you guys are part of our community, we'll build it for you.
Just to go back on that, just quickly, just want to touch on exactly that before you, that's absolutely, again, rare. How many people can you go, how many companies can you go and like message Google, say, you know what, I love what you're doing, Google, but can you just, you know, I've got a suggestion that might make this better. You know, and they actually take it on board. I mean, being a member and, you know, putting, you know, suggestions out there like myself and other people have done, and to see you guys actually implement it and make the ultimate piece of software, I mean, it's just unheard of again. Like I said, this bit's amazing as well. I love this bit.
Geolocation, if you want to block certain people and say, hey, these guys over here, these aren't allowed to come to my website or to my link, or I want to redirect them to a whole different place. You can do that. So you can just go in and say, hey, these guys aren't allowed. These guys over here are going to redirect to another place. These guys over here are going to redirect to another place. You can essentially control geolocations, add geolocations.
It's awesome.
On your link. Rotating links, we kind of talked about that, and that's this is another user request from the community. Community member said, hey, can we have this? So we built this. I mean, essentially this allows you to go in and create one link that will just round robin between multiple links. And I showed you kind of like things that you can use that for. One of the things that I use it for, like I said, is I've got all my different affiliate offers for ClickFunnels. Like every affiliate link that I have for ClickFunnels, I just got them loaded up here. And then as people click, they'll just go down this list. So they can just keep clicking and get to different offers. And they just think it's free stuff. And it is all free stuff because every one of these things leads to a page that says, hey, here's something for free. So, yeah. And then we have group links, which are really, really cool. Group links are essentially like a template. They're a template link that essentially, so if you really wanted to understand a group link, it's pretty easy to understand, but the reason that it really exists is to work, kind of like all Tier 5 software, they really work hand in hand with each other and like to communicate with each other and talk to each other. So group links, essentially what group links allow you to do is create links from an automation. All right. So from an automated process, you can create a link. So whenever you create a group link, what you do is you create a template. All right. Because what we assume is that you're a good marketer or you're a good entrepreneur and you have a list of people that you've collected data about. All right. And what you're going to need to do is through an automation, you're going to go out and send them a text message or an email, and you're going to send them to your website. You're going to send them to a destination, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to take all the data that you've collected about them and you're going to embed it in the URL and the website that you're going to send it to them, so that whenever they land on the website, you can track that specific piece of activity on your website with a customer or a lead on your list. You can know, hey, this person, so you can assign values and do actions to those people, right? So the group link, what it allows you to do is encapsulate that data, that you're going to parameterize that data. You're going to send that person's name and that person's email and that person's phone number, and you're going to send, that person's budget for services or whatever data that you've had. You're going to send it to some destination, but you don't want that user to see that all that data is being sent to some URL. So you can create, and you're going to do it to your 500 people on your email list. So this allows you to create one template link that has essentially 500 links underneath of it, all that hide that parameterized data, and then you can come back to the system and view that group link as if it was one single link, and you can see how many of those people actually click on your link. And when they click on it, they go to that website, all the data is carried with them because it's hidden in the URL, and then on that website, hopefully you're using another one of our softwares we'll talk about, Magic's, where we can grab that data from the URL and we can customize the website, we can pre-populate forms, and then we can fire off other automations to, send out emails or phone calls or do lead scoring or something, whatever we want to do based on that particular piece of traffic.
It really does help with giving your time back, doesn't it? This is truly about automation and having things set up that are logically and cleverly set up, not just, like you said, having 100 different softwares doing 100 different things and not even optimally. These work nicely within each other, and I guess that's the great thing about your software. You're not just made the ultimate link shortener. You've made your other software work together and integrate. And then even with other software, there'll be ClickFunnels or other software. You can all fully integrated within Zapier as well. You've got Zapier on an API, basically to people that don't understand, a piece of software that joins things together so they can communicate with each other. That's what's really great about this company. They're not keeping stuff to themselves. And it's like, our platform, tough shit, you can't do anything else. You actually open it up to be able to integrate different systems that people might have. And they can even message you and get one of your team to even customize something for you if they like, can't they, for themselves? So it's pretty awesome. It really is.
That's correct. And we got a new feature coming that we're building right now. Here's an example of the group link. You can see I use this on a LinkedIn automation as a demo. I can see I sent this out to 2 different people, and I can see this was Benjamin, who's a sales lead at Pier 1 Imports. Here's his email, and I can see that this was Cindy. And I can see that Benjamin clicked this link 3 times, and Cindy didn't click it at all, so I can know the specific people. This new feature that we have coming out, we're gonna release it next Monday. You're gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it because
I've already had it.
We built it. Now, this one isn't community requested per se. It is definitely community requested, but not community requested per se. The community hasn't specifically said, hey, build this for us, but the community has addressed some problems and asked, hey, how can we do this? How can we do this? So we decided to build this feature that will allow you to do just that. And you're going to be able to, what we're building right now is you're going to be able to create what's called a file link, okay? So, you have all these files on the internet, these downloads and stuff on the internet, right? Where you put your little lead magnets for people to download, all right? So what you'll be able to do, you'll be able to come in, you'll be able to upload your file, and then you'll be able to create your little file link. You'll be able to add your pixels so that you can track that person. With a custom pixel, what that means is you can essentially fire custom events. So even let's say you're using your Facebook tracking pixel, you're going to add your Facebook tracking pixel. You're going to add your custom pixel, which is your custom event ebook downloaded, and then you're going to do everything else. You're going to, make your little short link pretty and everything. You're going to do the share preview. And then what will happen is essentially you can just share that link, or you can even click that, connect that link to a button and have a button redirect to that link, or you can just share that link on the internet. And if you do remember, if you do this right, if you do this preview right, they will know exactly what that link's for, because you can do an image of, the 10 secrets to having a successful chatbot or whatever, right? They'll click this link, they'll get pixeled, your custom event will fire, downloaded chatbot ebook, and then their file will just download right there in the browser. And we'll be rolling that. So that's the file link. We'll be rolling that. Everything's stored, scalable on S3. So
it's just absolutely. Just to explain, you've just touched on just 2 bits of software, right? Just 2, and in your community, how many have you got at the moment that's out to our community? Is it 5, 6, something like that?
We've got 6 that are in production that we let the general community have access to. We've got another 3 that are in a closed beta that you can petition us and say, hey, we want to be beta testers of these new softwares that we'll be releasing, let's say in the next 2 to 4 months. But we got 6 in production that everybody gets access to. If you're a community member, you get unlimited access to.
I mean, for me, first of all, and I don't know if you know this, you will know this, like Facebook, the pixels within Facebook and so on, they're not always precise. The data you get back from Facebook is not always exact. It really isn't. You get some anomalies in it and so on. Having something like this in the forefront with the pixel within it, it gives you a clearer overview of the engagement and what's truly going on, who's really clicking, and where from, and you can check a lot more deeper than what you might be, because let's be honest, a pixel is to most people a bit of code in the background. They don't know what's really going on. They can't really see much unless they go into the back end of the Facebook ads and check it out, if they've even put an ad, So the point is, this is a really great tool to let people see the top end view of everything and do a lot more within one platform. And that is massive. There's nothing like it out there. It really is amazing. The rotating URL and so on it's just nothing out there like it. And the link previews and so on. And like, to anyone else, I might think I'm a bit of a geek here, but I think most business owners, and this is the key, anyone looking at what I'm explaining now, would know why any business owner would need this software, because it actually saves them time, and it really has so many other features that other software try to incorporate, but they don't really do it well. And this actually helps you helps you with the leads. It helps you. I mean, you'll explain the other tools, but they help you make money. Simple as that. They've helped me make money, and they help other businesses make money. And there's some really great successes within these tools. But yeah, I'll let you carry on, because there's a lot more to come, isn't there?
We do have lots of other softwares, but that's what we do. We're a software development firm. We like I said, we got 37 full-time software engineers on staff, and we build software. It's what we love to do. We're passionate about it. But you can see Link Wizard, so that's what it is, and you can see it's a super powerful tool, and it's something that we've essentially built to, like I said, to serve a purpose and do things that the other tools that we were using just didn't do for us. So that's Link Wizard. Invoicing.
Yeah, I'll put my affiliate link underneath, and like I said, whoever signs up through my link on my page and does a great joke, you've got to have a good joke. Sometimes really bad jokes can be really good jokes. A bit of a thing I'll throw out there. Will win this software for 6 months. It's £6,000. There's no tie-ins, is there? After the 6 months, it's not like you have to carry on and pay. You don't even have to give us you don't even have to give the credit card information really for that 6 months. No? Exactly. I mean, it's absolutely unheard of. It really is unheard of. So basically, you get the software for 6 months. You will see how amazing it is, and you'll see how much money you'll make from it by using it. So yeah, crack on. There's more. Yeah.
So invoicing you is pretty simple. It's what I use to collect money from my clients. So it's it's a invoicing platform that allows you to go in and essentially create invoices and send them out to your clients and get paid for stuff. So you can do normal invoices. You can also go in and add subscriptions, you know, reoccurring monthly subscriptions to auto bill people.
I've started using it. Absolutely amazing. It really is. To actually create your own subscription invoices is, you know, again, brilliant. And what I like about it is the templates stay there. So you obviously, you know, you just go straight into it and just change a couple of things and then you're out. It's, you know, very, very easy to keep track of people and so on. You know, again, you can see in your preview pending, yet to pay and so on, all this stuff nice and easy in the dashboard. Great for a virtual assistant to help you with if you know, you've got trust with them, obviously. It's absolutely awesome. It really is.
So it lets you create general invoices, let's say one-off invoices that you would send to your client or something, and they can pay them. So it lets you do that, and then it also lets you create product invoices. So you can go in and actually create products that are invoices that are not for your specific client. They're not for any one client. It's just a product that you can sell, and those can be purchased over and over and over again. So the difference is here, I'm going to create an invoice. And this is going to be an invoice for my clients. I'm going to put in my client's name. I'm going to put in their email address. I'm going to select what currency that I want to, maybe I want to collect money in pounds. I'm going to put in the line items, you know, what they owe me money for. Maybe I'm also going to put on a monthly subscription. What could this be? This could be like, you know, SEO audit. And that's going to be one. And I'm going to say that's going to be $250. And I could also put them on some SEO plan if I have, let's say, some ultimate SEO plan, because now I'm going to be doing SEO. And this SEO plan is a recurring $1,000 a month charge. So they're going to get charged one time the $250 because I have to go in and do the audit and see, you know, where they're at. From that audit, I might go in and fire off another single invoice for some work that I need to do, right? But then they're also going to be on this ultimate SEO plan where I'm going to be doing the SEO for them, and that's just going to be billed every single month. Given a tax rate, if I got to charge VAT or anything, a memo to describe what this was about, send it off. They can just easily go to the internet and they can pay it. No questions asked. Really easy to pay. But you understand that invoice is a general invoice. So that is an invoice that is sent to a client, just like this. Is something that was sent to one of my clients for the last 50% for product filtering that we did for some of their websites. And they can just click and they can make that payment real quick, nice and easy. And they click remember me that the second time that they go to pay, it's going to be really, really easy for them to pay. So that is for a general invoice. So that is just, you're going to send that to one person and that's going to get paid one time. But then you can also go in and create these product invoices. And these product invoices are for if you have a particular product that you want to sell. Like for me, we have the Tier 5 group membership, right? That's a product that we can sell. Sometimes I don't know people before they sign up. They're not a client of mine, so I'm not going to send them an invoice. I just have a product online and I promote that product online and they can come in and they can buy that product. All right. So, and it's kind of the same except for you don't give a person's name and email address because you don't know who that person is that's going to buy that product until they buy it. Yeah. You put your line items in. If you have a subscription, you put a subscription in as well. You can see that this could be a kitchen knife set, right? This could be a kitchen knife set, and they're gonna order one of those just for one of those, and it's like $59 or whatever.
They can add more stuff and so on.
Yeah, you can add more and more stuff if you want, or if you don't have any of these and you just want to have only a subscription, you can do that too. Go ahead and add in tax rate memos so that they know what they're actually purchasing. You can also add in hidden fields, so that allows you to do things like have an affiliate platform, allows you to do things like pass that parameterized data, that UTM data. So if you want to track UTMs, essentially where you're paying, you know, what advertiser you're paying, you can understand that. So you can add these hidden fields if you want to track stuff. Also allows you to talk to your chatbot as well. So these hidden fields are a mechanism that will also allow you, if you have a chatbot, you can create these invoices in your chatbot, or you can reference these product invoices in your chatbot, and you can send somebody to the product invoice with their chatbot ID. And whenever they pay that, then you'll know, hey, this chatbot user just paid your invoice. You can unlock content in your chatbot, or let them know in their chatbot next instructions now that they've paid. You can set limits if you want. So you can say, hey, there's a limit and it's either a time limit, so this is valid until this time, or there's a quantity limit. I only have 100 of these. And once your limit is expired, once you're done, you can reroute them to an optional product. So like, for example, we just released a new product ourselves called Free Software Funnel Baits. And you can see that there's 6 days. If you join the community, this is one of the products you get access to. You see there's 6 days, and there's until these 6 days, it's 50% off, a little bit more than 50% off for this product right now. And essentially what will happen is I've got a time limit set in here, and on that time limit I've got the time, which is actually it's actually this date right here. So it's going to expire at this date, and then after it expires, I'm going to automatically route you to the product that's full price, because you can no longer get the sale product. And then there's little widgets, and what little widgets are like little pop-ups, all right? So you can create this little pop-up and put like a headline, and I'll show you that little widget in a second. But they're like little pop-ups where you can reinforce why people need to pay this invoice or purchase this product from you. Like you put a YouTube video in there with a little
yeah. It's cool, yeah. Again, you put in so much value within, something that really it's an invoicing app, but you've added so much more to it, and I know there's more to this. And
yeah, there's even more.
Quite simple, but I mean, people are using full-on just funnels to do all this, and you've got this thing within the actual app. It's pretty cool within the system even. So, but yeah, I love it. I really do, and that's why I'm using it.
So here's another cool thing, and this was also a community request. So we built this as well as a community request. This is another custom piece that exists that was built as a community request, all right? And what this is a group invoice. So what this allows you to do is essentially create a social frenzy. It's like a Groupon, if you know what Groupon is. So it allows you to add a discount based on a group buy, all right? And that's really, really popular. So for example, what we could do is we can say, hey, we've got this live interview that we're doing right here with me and Michael. And we do have a community membership that's $97 a month. And you know what? We're gonna offer a discount in percentage. All right. And we can just say, hey, you know what? If 10 people sign up, we're gonna give a discount of 10%. And if 25 people sign up, we're gonna give a discount of, let's say, 20%. And if 50 people sign up, we're gonna give a discount of, let's say, 30%. And then let's just be awesome and say if 100 people sign up, we're gonna give a discount of 50%. All right. And then
I hope my users are seeing this power of this. I mean, I no doubt they will. Any business will see the power. This is just one part of the software. It's unbelievable, really is. Nothing like it.
You just pick, let's say we're gonna run this live event, Michael, and we're gonna say, you know what, this is valid until the 31st. All right, and on the 31st, it's done. We can even add a widget here if we want to, and I'll show you that widget in a second. And then you just give your memo, and then you just hit go. And then essentially now you have an invoice, and people can see what the price is, what the discount tiers are. They can sign up. They don't get charged. They just get pre-authorized for that amount. As more and more people sign up, the prices change, and they can see what the current price is, what it's going to drop to, how many more people. And then once your offer expires, we're going to charge everybody whatever the current price was. So everybody's always going to pay the same price, and that price is going to get lower and lower. Although you could make it higher and higher if you wanted to, if you can first.
Well, scarcity, it gets higher. Maybe there's another 5 spaces left and it's time's running out. So yeah, that's.
But typically you're gonna do lower. So you get the point of that. That allows now people can come and they can see, you know what? Hey, we just need 3 more people to buy, and if 3 more people buy this, I'm gonna get a 10% discount. I'm gonna get $9.70 off a month, every single month. How much is that a year? That's like over $100 a year. So I'm gonna share this with my friends and try to see, or if we get more and more people, look, because at some point you think whenever there's 87 of these, and everybody knows, look, if we get 13 more people to sign up, we all get 50% discounts. They're going to be out there trying to get more and more, and that's ultimately what you want, anyways. Is there's more and more sales.
That's it. Yeah.
Hopefully, you've been watching the same marketers as I have, and you understand that the amateurs focus on the front end, and the smart people focus on the back end, and these group
exactly that. And there's so many people doing Well, yeah. I could say quite a few things. I mean, we're all learning, right? I mean, everything's changing. We're always learning. But some of the stuff I've seen is a bit, too amateur for my liking. But yeah, I mean, this is cool. I love everything you've added to it. It's pretty damn awesome.
Well, these widgets. You just go in and create a widget. So you give it a widget name. You tell me how many seconds do you want to wait before this thing pops up on your invoice. So you're going to give a link to your invoice, and then how many seconds do you want to wait until this thing pops up? You want to wait a couple seconds. You want to do it instantly, and then you just create this, and it's literally just kind of you drag and drop the things that you want here. You just add them in. Just add those things in.
You can put in capitals, pay me now!
Yeah, I mean, literally what it's intended for is for you to, like if you have product invoices, like let's say I got a product invoice about the Tier 5 community, which I do. I could go in and I can essentially create this little thing that talks about, Tier 5 community and a little paragraph of what the Tier 5 community is, asking them to watch the YouTube video that I put right in there. And this could be the YouTube video right here. I could have this recording of this live that we're doing right here, and I can pop it in there. And whenever somebody goes to that Tier 5 community product to buy that product, first thing that's going to happen is this is going to pop up. They can read that, they can watch that video, and then they can go if they want, and they could just close it out and pay that or purchase that product right then and there.
Absolutely awesome, man. There's nothing out there like it. There really isn't.
Well, on top of this, we have a Zapier integration. So on top of this, same like Link Wizard, all Tier 5 software products have Zapier integrations. So this also has a Zapier integration, which allows it to talk to your chatbots and allows you, so now you can actually create with our product, you can create shopping carts in your chatbot. You can do a lot more dynamic invoicing in your chatbot. You can do on-the-fly invoicing in your chatbot. And you can also integrate payments that are coming in as people pay, and as clients pay their invoices, or as you get new sales to your products, you can go in and actually fire off automations or take that data and pipe that data into your CRM to add that data into your CRM. Literally limitless possibilities, because not limitless, there's about
pretty close.
There's about a couple billion possibilities, right? It's not limitless, but there's about a couple billion trillion possibilities that you could do because we have a Zapier integration. And that's essentially invoicing you. So if you want to get paid online, it's a really, really easy, no barrier, simple to use way to get paid online. You don't have to be a tech expert to use it or set it up. Your clients don't have to be tech experts to go in and actually pay you, and it makes them paying you very, very, very fast and
really simple as well. I mean, it really, like I say, just again, because we're both, on the marketing and software sort of side of things, and a bit geeky, I guess, to some people. But the reality is, this stuff works for, you could be a nail technician, you could be a hairdresser, this is absolutely game changing, makes your life so much easier. It really does. Everything you do within this sort of software, and in essence, all of them to some degree almost have slight elements of CRMs where they keep, where you can keep the track and tagging and all this kind of stuff within it. It's pretty pretty awesome. I get amazed, and I'm scratching the surface still on a lot of this software, because at the moment I don't need to use the full amount, but just scratching the surface, I'm getting more than 10,000% more than what it's worth. It's absolutely amazing just scratching the surface. So by utilizing it fully and having the bots connected and exactly connecting to other pieces of software, like you say, it's almost unlimited the amount of possibilities. It really is awesome. Yeah.
So this is a new software. This is one we just took out of beta. So we just brought this software out of beta about a week ago. So we had it in beta for, I guess we had it in beta for about 2 or 3 months, where after developing in it, we had beta users going in and making sure everything works right and molding the user experience and everything. We just released it out of beta. Just last week, I think, is when we actually released it. And this is essentially a social proof software. So this is a social proof software that allows you to add social proof to your website. So it's called Sticky Reviews, and essentially what it allows you to do is go in and create a brand. All right, so you can create a brand, and that brand could be your company. Let's say you're a marketing company or something. Create a campaign. This campaign is essentially going to be a series of sticky reviews, of feedbacks and reviews that people have had, that you've loaded up, that are going to be displayed on your website. So, and then you have the actual sticky reviews themselves. So you go in and actually create your reviews. Like here's one right here that has my picture, Jon Vaughn. It says I'm really loving Link Wizard. So on my Link Wizard page, I can just have this, and it's just gonna pop up as a little tiny review. So
I was talking to a friend of mine who's just writing a book on marketing. Really nice guy. He does martial arts, and he's really gotten quite good at marketing. And I was talking to him about the importance of sticky marketing. You know, sticky words, sticky. You know, could be sticky in people's minds. And this is like, you know, an element of that side of marketing. It's really important to have these kind of things in place, because they can really, it's the difference between, you know, 5 figures and 7 figures, 8 figure, you know, entrepreneurs, literally. And I truly believe that if you've got enough stickiness to your brand or product, then, and people remember you, then, you know, at the end of the day, the world's your oyster, as they say. But this is an amazing tool. Like you say, it's pretty new to me as well. So I'm quite interested in it, definitely.
It is a new tool, and honestly, it's so new that I haven't even actually went in and really actually set it up myself. Yeah. So I would love
going by your past. It's awesome.
I would love to show you a demo. So what I'm doing right now is actually just going in and adding the script right here to one of my landing pages right now, so that I can see if I can show you a demo. But it's pretty straightforward. You're going to create a campaign like this. Here's a campaign. You're going to create a campaign. You can see you're just going to create a campaign. Now you're going to create a brand first, all right? You're going to create a brand, and brands are really straightforward. You just create a brand. You tell me the brand name, so I can say, you know, tier 5, and then you give me the brand URL. So I could be like https tier5.us, all right? And then there, I've created a brand. Great. Now I've essentially got that same brand twice for some reason, so I'm gonna get rid of that because I don't need 2 of them. But if you look here, you can see this is a cool thing. I've got 2 brands. I got the tier 5 brand, but I also got a ClickFunnels brand. And in that ClickFunnels brand, I've got a link to my ClickFunnels affiliate ID. All right. So now I'm going to go in and create a campaign, and this is pretty straightforward. You're just going to give a campaign name. You're going to give me the website URL that you want to run this campaign on. You're going to give me the style. Do you want it rounded corner or square corner? Tell me the delay. How long do you want to wait from one review to the next review? And then you're going to, if you want to brand this, you're going to tell me the brand, and you're going to give me the brand. All right. And that's going to create your campaign. Once you create your campaign, you're just going to go into your campaign, and then you're going to add your sticky reviews that you want on that campaign. All right. So if you don't have any sticky reviews, you're just going to come over to your little sticky reviews, and you're going to create a sticky review. You're just going to give a name. You're going to give a description, and then you're going to give an image file for that sticky review. And I'm going to actually look and see if my campaign actually loaded up here, if it's saved on, if I got it saved on there successfully or not. And it looks like I did, so I'm going to show you that campaign. You see I just added this campaign.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Right there. So I just added the social proof right here. And now if you see, if I come in here, look, I'll come in here to this. This is that campaign right there. So this use link wizard right here. I can come in and edit him, and look, I'll turn on branding. I'll turn on my ClickFunnels branding. All right. So now I turn on my ClickFunnels branding. I'll just reload this page here. And I've got powered by ClickFunnels.
I love it.
They click that, it just goes right into my ClickFunnels affiliate ID if anybody decides to click it. So if they come over here and they're like, oh, powered by ClickFunnels.
That is powerful stuff, man. And again, the way John's explained this, you don't have to be a really...
It's so easy. You see how easy it is. And we got a new feature also coming up. Next week, we'll also release this next Monday for this. And that feature is you'll have another little thing right here, and it's called a review link. So essentially, you'll be able to go in and create your review link. And whenever you create that review link, you'll give us a little image. You'll give us a little textual description if you want. And then you'll essentially tell us, hey, what campaign, you'll have options, all right? You'll be able to select if this is for a specific campaign, and you'll be able to add tags, and you'll be able to say, okay, I want to tag this with this brand, I want to tag this with this campaign as well. And then you'll be able to tell me, hey, do you want to auto approve this to a campaign? If you say yes, then I'm going to ask you how many 5-star reviews does it need. You know, they're gonna pick on a star scale between 1 to 5, and then essentially what will happen is once you create that link, you'll be able to send that link out with emails, or you'll be able to give that link out on Facebook or wherever you want, and somebody can click that link, and then they can essentially go in and they can leave a review. All right. So I didn't completely accurately describe the process to you because I didn't want to confuse you, and it will be so much easier whenever you see it in action. But essentially what your user is going to see, okay? Your user is going to go into essentially what's called a reputation management funnel. All right. Your user is going to go, they're going to click on that review link, and what they're going to see is your logo. They're going to see your little word blob that you gave them, you know, please tell us how you feel, whatever that word blob is. And then they're just going to see a question. Would you recommend us to a friend? Yes or no? All right. Regardless of what they hit, yes or no, they're going to get landed to the same destination, regardless of what they hit. All right. And where they're going to get landed to is they're going to get landed to a place where they're going to put in their actual name, they're going to put in their review, and they're going to give a 1 to 5 star. All right. And then they're going to submit that. All right. Now, if they said no, then essentially they're going to be flagged that they had a negative review, and we're going to take them to a screen where we can get some contact information from them so that we can respond back to them. All right.
That's really powerful stuff. Yeah, because I mean, what you find is in a lot of the, like TripAdvisor, there's constant complaints about TripAdvisor, for instance, because there's competitors going to other motels or hotels, whatever it may be, and they're deliberately leaving negative reviews. And the problem is the poor people in these motels or hotels are like, you know, are totally in shock because they're like, we don't even know this person, or, you know, that's a fake review, but they can't do much. It's very hard for them to prove with TripAdvisor to get the negative reviews off. What's great about this, it gives you a way to actually, you know, trace them back and actually get true feedback and be able to rectify it with your client or your customer. And it's a more genuine, you know, feedback basically for your company, and it gives you an opportunity to rectify things as well, which is rare. You know, again, in reviews, you don't get that. It's either a review, bang, you just busted with it, and you got to deal with it. But if you knew why, it could be, you know, it could be all sorts of reasons. You know, I used to work in a shop where, you know, if one of my staff was like had a bad day or something, she would represent that to the customers. Do you know what I mean? So that's potentially unfair for the whole company. So again, but it's an honest review. If you can rectify it, obviously this shows the power of what you can do with this. Brilliant, brilliant. I love it. So
if you said no, you're going to kind of go to that funnel where I'll collect some more information, contact information, and flag you that they didn't like you. If you said yes, I'm going to ask you if I can share your review on the internet and ask you for a picture. And then once you provide that, I'm gonna funnel you into my pages where you can leave a public review. I'm gonna ask you to go review me on Facebook or Google or Yelp. All right. And then that's gonna, so if you did say that yes, I can use it on the internet, and you have met my star filter that I said whenever I created my link, that person is going to be just automatically put right here. So these reviews will just come in automatically, real time, from people leaving reviews whenever they're clicking on your review link. So and if you're an agency, you can create multiple review links, because you can create multiple campaigns. So you can now give your clients a little tool that they can collect real-time data, real-time reviews, because they can just have an automation. Like literally, you can set up an automation, and if you're part of the Tier 5 community, we'll teach you how to do all this in the trainings that we have. You can set up an automation where somebody just scans a code, or they just sends a text to a particular number, and whenever they do that, they get this review link, and then they just click it, and then they leave a review. If it's negative, you get some information so you can follow up with them. If it's positive, then we ask them, hey, could this go on our website? Could you give us your picture so we can put it on our website? And hey, would you like to make this review public on Facebook or Yelp or Google, which will really help you. And then ultimately, it's going to help your conversions, because right on your website, people are going to be seen as they're on your website. They're going to see what other people are saying about you. They're going to see, you know, other people that enjoy your products and services, and it's going to be a call to action. And it's proven. It's been proven in so many case studies. So that's this. This is that sticky review software. So we went through just 3 of them already. We got.
No, we got loads. You just threw an extra curveball, and I did an extra piece of software.
Yeah, we've got Magic Zap as well, and Magic Zap is a little bit harder to understand. But Magic Zap is an awesome little piece of software. And what it does, this is Magic Zap. What it does is it allows you to essentially create dynamic web pages for people based on data that you have. So it allows you to create dynamic web pages. It allows you to pre-populate website forms, and it also allows you to fire specific automations whenever there's specific traffic and activity that's happening on your website. So what that means is essentially, we kind of talked about this before when we were talking about Link Wizard, where we said, we kind of got this pool of people, these leads or customers, or this list of people that we have information about. Maybe we know their names, maybe we know where they work at, maybe we know what position they work at, maybe we know, their budget for a house, because we've collected all these leads somehow, right? And we have data about them. So what Magic Zap does is it turns our normal little website, our normal little static generic website, into a dynamic, customized website that is specifically relevant to the person that's on it. So you can change content on the website based on if it's Jack there or if it's Jill there. So you can understand, oh, hey, Jill's here, so let me show content that's more relative to Jill versus Jack on the exact same website. You can also pre-populate all the forms that Jack or Jill may have to fill on the website with the data that you already have about them, so that they don't have to put in data twice redundantly and get aggravated, and they have a better experience, so that they're actually more apt to give you the data that you're missing, because because you're reinforcing that they have already given you some data, and they already actually trust you. And then it also allows you to fire automations based on the fact that Jill's here or Jack's on your website. So as soon as those traffics land on your website, you can fire an automation like do some lead scoring to them, or add them to a drip campaign where they're going to get a series of emails because they visited a specific web page. Or you can fire an email out to them, or you can initiate an outbound phone call where, as they're on your website looking at your pricing page, and you have some high-end service, like software engineering, where they're about to spend, they're looking at a calculator, and they've just calculated your services is going to be $40,000 to build the little thing that they want to build. And as they're looking at the calculator, they can be on the phone now with Jon Vaughn, and I can be like, look, I see you're looking at my calculator right now. So what's up? What are you trying to build?
I can see the power of it being immense. I mean, I've got friends that are in the events field, and you get you get within a funnel, and you get emails, and then you get an SMS, text message, and so on. I mean, the way this integrate, all your tools, the way they integrate everything together and keep track of it is why I am in this company, basically. Again, I'm in another company as well for funnels and so on, for the same reason. And I'll only connect with people and companies that have got number one, integrity, a really core value of mine, but number two, that have got great value. Because people these days want great value. They need great value, and everything you've shown today, and it's only one part of it. It's just like you didn't have to carry on and add in these extra parts to your software, but you just have, because you can, and because you want value to your community. And literally, if someone used one of these tools, they would see a complete change within their business. Just the ease of actually using them, the actual results are immense. They've helped me massively, because I do affiliate marketing as well. I do property investing and so on. And in terms of okay, I use it as a marketer from a marketing point of view, and I integrate things and use it in that sense. But even if you didn't have that knowledge, like you said, anyone can come in, type in a name, type in an email, type in when they want it to be released, type in if they want it on a drip or on a subscription. It's not, integrating a lot of the other things might get a little bit confusing, but it's not rocket science. And like you say, we can always reach out to your group as well. But and also within the group, if you do join the community, we are all there to help people join that wanting to connect things up. So we're all in together, basically. It's awesome. But this one I love as well, Magic Zap. It's another pretty cool.
It is a cool one, and like everything, it's pretty easy and simple. It's pretty easy and simple to use. Then we have this Robo Contact. So we talked about 4 softwares we have, and we're about to get to the 2 favorite ones. So Robo Contact's one of the favorite ones. You know, everybody loves these other softwares as well. You know, everybody loves Link Wizard and they use it so much, and everybody loves Invoicing You because it gets them paid. Everybody loves Social Proof because it helps people. It helps people, and you can actually install this Social Proof on Invoicing You. So on your Invoicing You invoices, like your product invoices, you can actually go in and add scripts in your header and footer. You can add your pixel codes there. You can track, and you can even add these social proofs right on your invoice if you want. Because like I said, they all really kind of work together. People love Magic Zap when they figure out how powerful it is, and because it can really increase, but people go crazy over Robo Contact, and that's because this software can make you so much money. This software right here is a software that allowed me to go from a solopreneur to a company owner that has, you know, I've got 37 full-time software engineers that work for me. And it's because of this software right here. Well, it's because of 2 softwares, and one of them is this software right here. And this software is really, really cool, and it just operates around the premise. I'm gonna just take it in. I'm gonna go in and show it to you. But it just operates on the premise that you need leads and you need B2B leads. So do you need leads, and are they B2B leads? All right. For me, yes, I sell software engineering services, and very few individuals, very few end consumers buy software development services. It is mostly businesses that are consuming my services. So for me, my leads are businesses. So this is a perfect software for me. And you can understand, if you remember, I said every one of these softwares have been built to serve a fundamental need that I have had in business, which means it's a fundamental need that you've had. I think everybody can agree that finding leads and doing cold outreach and prospecting is, unless you are a multi-million-dollar brand, you don't have to do that, right? If you're a multi-million-dollar brand like Disney, you don't have to do so much cold prospecting and cold outreach and prospecting, right? You have to do a little, but we call it advertisement, right?
Yeah, they're already established.
Correct. It's a different thing, but the average business has to do cold outreach and they have to do prospecting. And that's how they grow. That's how they build. That's how they start from this to get to this, to get to a point where people are coming to them, right? Until you get to that point where people are coming to you, you have to go out and find these people. And that's a big transition. It's a really hard transition for a lot of people to make. All right. So we struggled with it as well. Where do I get all these clients? You know, how am I going to get all these people to buy these services so I can actually grow my company? Come into Robo Contact. Robo Contact allows you to essentially do this. Let's say.
This is awesome, by the way, guys. Get ready.
So you can do this, right? You can run the search on Google, and you can essentially get all these guys right here. All right. And you can take all this information right here. You can take all this information, like the business name and their star rating and their reviews and their address and their phone number, and then
just to hold you back, just for the people in
the whole shebang. If they got a website, you could take all that information and you could collect all that information and know all that information about it, right?
Well, just to explain to them, John, quickly, just because I know people will ask. This is business to business information that's already out there in Google. This is not.
This is public information. It's all public domain. It's information that if you wanted to take your time to go in and get this, you could easily go in and get this.
Forever to do it. But yeah, we're talking because of GDPR and so on, all this kind of thing. Okay. But yeah, I mean, this is what I'm trying to explain, because I know there'll be the trolls that come in and throw.
This is all public information where these businesses, they're not consumers, they are businesses, and they are requesting you to contact them on this information. They are publicly listing this. This is listed on Google, right? Yeah. This is their Google listing.
Yeah.
All right. So you can go to their website and you can look for their contact us form. All right. And if you're lucky, you'll find their email address. All right. It looks like we've kind of found an email address right here to some extent. Here's an email address, right? That's going to open up. If I look in here, I should see a mail to at some email address. See? So see how I had to find that though? That wasn't real.
It's annoying.
I and then embedded in the code, there's their actual email address. Now I know that because I'm a programmer, and they have a contact us form. So what could I do? All right, I could grab their phone number and save their phone number. I could have just went and grabbed their little email here.
Copy paste. Annoying.
I could come over here to the contact us form. I could fill this out and I could submit it, and then I could go back to my next one and I could repeat this process. And look, if you look, I could do this. It'd probably take me some time to do this for all these. Right. Probably take me quite some time. Or if I wanted, I could just go into RoboContact. I could go into RoboContact. What would I do in RoboContact? First thing I do is I create a profile. All right. That profile is just going to be like, hey, who's the person? Let's put them on a let's put them in a group. All right, because we like to group everything for organization. What's his name? What's his full name? What's his last name? What's his first name? What's his company name? Email, address, phone, website, CAM spam address, signature. All the pieces of data that you would assume are going to be on these contact us forms. On these contact us forms, somebody's going to ask you for your company. They're going to ask you for your name. They're going to ask you for your email address. They're going to ask you for your phone number. So you're going to come in here to your profiles and you're going to give all that information about you or whoever you want to generate leads for. All right. Then you're going to go into your email messages and contact us messages. You're going to go to your contact us messages and you're going to create your contact us messages that you want to submit on these forms for all these different people. And then you're also going to go in and create your email messages that are going to be the email messages that you're going to send out to all these different people when you find their email. Remember, we found his email, and if we keep going down this list, we're going to find all their emails most likely. So you're going to give me that message that you want to send out through email. Then you just, now that you've got that set up, you're all good. Another thing you may want to do real quick is set up some email filters. I like to filter out like .govs and .edus, for example. If I see a .gov email or if I see a no reply email, I don't like to send email out because it's just going to bounce. So you can set up those email filters, and that will just say, hey, if we find a .gov email or if we find a no reply email, we're not going to send out emails to that address because you're filtering them out. So now you get those little basic settings set up. One thing I forgot is in your profile, you need to go connect your email address, SMTP, SendGrid, your Google account. You need to connect your email provider. Then you're just going to go run a campaign. And if you look, you're going to go run a campaign. Here's a campaign that I did that had a 68% success rate. It was for digital marketing. And I searched in New Albany, Indiana, Jeffersonville, Indiana, and Louisville, Kentucky for digital marketing agencies. I got 22 results here. And what did I do? I sent them my personal profile so they could contact me, and I sent them some messages about chatbots, about offering chatbots as a service and outsourcing the chatbot development.
It's amazing.
To us. And you can see I got a 68% success rate. You can see that some of them didn't have a form, a contact us form. Some of them had a CAPTCHA, and we can't solve the CAPTCHAs. And some of them just failed because their contact us form just doesn't work. All right. And you can see over here, this form failed. I did send an email, and look at all the emails I found for this guy. No form, no email. They failed, so I couldn't find an email. Here the form failed, but I sent the email. So you can see, I'm sitting here going out, and here I submitted their form and sent an email. So these guys, I submitted a form and submitted an email. So now what you can understand that's just happened is I just went to Google and I ran kind of this search, all right? What I did essentially was I ran this search on Google, all right? This is what it would have looked like for me. I would say digital marketing.
So that could be if you're a supplier for, I don't know, hair extensions, like I need them, and you wanted to just contact all the hairdressers within, I don't know, your local city, that's exactly what you would do. I mean, the power of this is absolutely immense. It really is really, really powerful. And it just allows people, you know, a quick way to get those contacts and throw a campaign out there as well at the same time. Pretty awesome.
So we're just going to look. I mean, we can just look. I'm going to look for, here's another thing that I would do, all right? Like, here's just another common thing for me. If you look, I'm going to look in New York. I'm gonna look in New York. I'm gonna look for pizza, and I'm gonna look for subs. And I've got a template, a message template about a restaurant chatbot, about a chatbot that you need for your restaurant. And these are gonna be restaurants because they're pizza and subs. And then I'm going to send an email and fill out the contact us form because I like to do that all at once. And now I'm just gonna run this search while we're here. And like I said, so just so you understand what's happening, I'm going to run the search. Essentially, I'm going to be running 2 Google searches. I'm going to say, hey, find me pizza shops in New York, New York. Find me subs in New York, New York. Google is going to give me back all these places right here. I'm going to grab every single place, all the information about them. I'm going to grab their website. I'm going to go to their website. I'm going to find their contact us form. I'm going to submit it automatically with my information. I'm going to find their email address, and I'm going to send them out my email or my sequence of emails. You can have a drip sequence as well. And I've just completely automated all your lead outreach and your cold outreach. It's just meant to send that initial probe inquiry to get a response back. That's what it's meant for. Just send out a probe, a small little inquiry, you know, to get a response back, right? So like for the restaurants, I can ask them, do you guys take reservations? Do you guys book reservations? Something like that, I can ask them. They're most likely going to respond back to me like, yeah, we take reservations. And be like, oh, great. You guys have a Facebook page? Yeah. Oh, great. And I can continue on my little process where eventually I sell them on a chat bot. Obviously, I'm not just going to send them a message that has, you know, 10 billion words and that's like, bye, bye, bye. I'm going to send them a probe to get them to respond back to me. All right.
Okay.
So,
just quickly, I'm just thinking because I'm really consciously.
I just got 100 leads back if you look.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Wow. So again, I'm just thinking of like people within my network, they're not all marketers and so on. When we're talking about chatbots, most people know what they are, to be fair. But a chatbot is a message that can be automated within Facebook and not just Facebook, in other platforms and so on. And the power of that, it gives you time back. And also allows you to filter through a certain pre-populated questions and get answers and go through a certain flow. And it's powerful. I do chatbots in my group. I've sent my link. I don't know, John, if you want to share my link to my group.
I shared it already.
And my affiliate link. So again, just to remind you, he hasn't even gone through all the software. You're going to get this over £6,000 worth of software free for 6 months, no sign-in, no credit cards, nothing like that. Kindly donated from John to me to promote to you guys, to whoever comes up with the best joke in my group. Obviously, engagement is important. Share, like, and if there's any people you like know that would actually appreciate this software, because it is awesome. It really is. There's nothing else like it out there. There really isn't. What John's just demonstrated live right now is unbelievable. You think of your sales teams, the amount of people you've had to get into sales to do that. You can use your elite closers to do the calls after you got the initial data.
Well, after you get the initial data, once you get the initial data and you start the outreach, there's an automation here where you can automate and take data out of here to everybody's most favorite software here, which is text and bulk. So you can generate your leads, which you can generate leads in text and bulk as well. Yep. But you can generate your leads, automate your initial message and your initial outreach. And once you do that, you can pass them from RoboContact right into text and bulk. You can create a list and add them right into text and bulk. And from here, you can put them on you can go in and create a nice little campaign, a nice little drip campaign in here if you want. This is has an autoresponder in it, if you know what an autoresponder is. So you can come in and have a nice little drip campaign like this one, where I can see that this is a 3-day campaign where they're going to get an email and then another email and then another email. And if I want, I can say, hey, on day 4, I want this guy to get a text message, or I want this guy to get a phone call. And I'm actually gonna send him a phone call and make an outbound phone call. And here what I'll do is I'll send him an outbound phone call that says we had a scheduled call. And now what will happen is on the first 3 days, he'll get an email. On the 4th day, he'll get a phone call that says, hey, this is John. We had a call scheduled. If you want to take the call right now, press 1. If you want to reschedule, press 2. If you're no longer interested in speaking, press 3.
I'm thinking of people in my network now that I mean, all of the stuff, but this is immense. This is, again, like you say, just repeating it and letting people understand this is where you can go from one level of, figures, 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure, up to the next. This software is so blooming powerful, and it's, we're not overstating that. It's a fact. It really is.
This software's pretty awesome. Like for example, I don't know if you know that we're doing a 100-day affiliate challenge. I'm sponsoring a 100-day affiliate challenge, and I'm actually the winner of the challenge
I know, I'm jealous. I haven't got the time. I want to do it. I haven't got the time.
It's crazy. The winner gets like a $5,000 paid vacation, a 4-day paid vacation with me. We're going to Funnel Hackers Live 2000.
Yeah, I know. Don't say it.
I've got your ticket. I've got your hotel room. I've got your airfare. I've got your food. I've got your entertainment. Like I said, we're going to be together for 4 days with Russell Bronson, with the people like Dan Henry, Tony Robbins, people who have just made millions of dollars in marketing stuff. We're going to be sitting networking with them for 4 days. Whoever wins the affiliate challenge.
Yeah, I should be in that challenge, man. I know I've just got so much going on at the minute.
So here's a list of leads that I generated today. All right, these are just leads out of thin air. Okay, so you can come right in here. You can come in here and buy a phone number, grab a phone number from wherever you want. I've got several phone numbers here. Once you grab a phone number, you just go in and configure it real quick and say, hey, what do I want to do when I get incoming text messages? For this phone number, if I get an incoming text message, I run it through an SMS chatbot. I run it through an autoresponder. The software will read the text message, and then if that text message matches any keywords that I've set in my autoresponder, then it will automatically respond back with my message, and then perform a couple actions if I want to do any actions, like initiate an outbound phone call to that person. Yeah. All right. What do I want to do when I receive incoming phone calls? Do I want to receive them in the browser? Do I want to forward them to my cell phone? Do I want to forward them to different, 5 different sales agents? Do I want to put them in an IVR? Do I want to put them in a conference line? So once you get your phone number and configure it, you also just go in and connect your email address. You need some leads, you can upload them. What I did is I used this newly registered domain lead search, which just essentially gets you people who just newly registered domains. And I know that those people are people who need services like Builderall or ClickFunnels, right? So I went in and I generated a list of these people. Here's a list of these people. This is all public data as well. It's got 858 leads on it. So actually it doesn't, sorry, it's got, how many does it got on it? It's got,
a lot.
It's got 858 leads on it. All right. So it's got 858 leads on it. I can do something like click all of them. I can add them to one of my campaigns, one of my drip sequences, like I just showed you. I can go in and call them all. I can give them a pre-recorded call, or I can record audio right on the fly, or I can select from a template that I have, or I can use an outbound IVR, which the outbound IVR is a outbound live call that they'll receive and hear audio, and then are prompted to put in, numbers, to put in input, like press 1 for this, 2 for that, right? I go in and create those IVRs right in the system, and I can show you that. And then I just say, am I going to send this out now, or am I going to schedule it later? I can put them in a browser dialer, essentially call them one by one and have a live phone call with them right here in the browser. I can send them out a text message. And this is what I typically do. I send them out a text message which says free website. So I send them this text message right here, free website. And that just essentially has my affiliate link to ClickFunnels. So now the text message just says something like, congratulations, I see you just registered this domain. Did you know that you also got a free website with your purchase? And it has an affiliate link that says, it's a short link. If you could imagine, it's a link wizard link that says free website. And then they get pixeled on my Facebook pixel that they went to ClickFunnels, and then they go right into ClickFunnels in my affiliate link. If they sign up, then I get commission on that. So I can send it right now, schedule it for later, multimedia messages, emails. You can even add your user agents, your sub-users, people that actually work for you. You can add those agents in, and you can assign these leads to those agents. You can go in and you can see the history that you had with any one of them. So you'll be able to actually go in to any of these leads. This lead I've never talked to before because I just generated them today. Just like I just generated this other list. These are my lists that happened over the weekend. So I just grabbed them today because it's my working day, 8/26. I got another 156 leads there. So I got about 1,000 new leads that I'm going to send.
Awesome, isn't it? I mean, I'm in the real estate realm as well. And this just sums up, this is like the sort of thing that people would love.
Well, you can get those same leads that you can get from RoboContact, those Google Business leads. You can generate them right here in this platform. The only difference is you're not going to get their email address, and you're not going to submit their contact us form. All right. Yeah. That's why we say get them from RoboContact and then put them in here. You can get leads from Yelp if you want to get leads from Yelp. You can get leads from Yelp. Facebook lead ads. If you run Facebook lead ads, you can integrate with Facebook lead ads. Yeah. Geographic leads. So I showed you those campaigns. You can go in and set those campaigns up. You can go in and set up your SMS autoresponder. Like here's one for newly registered domain leads, where, you know, if they send me back any of these messages, they're going to automatically get a response with these messages. You can see here somebody calling me right now. They're calling RoboContact.
Awesome.
Hello, this is John. Hello, this is John.
I love it.
So they didn't want to speak, but I can see that. If I just go in and look, I can see that incoming phone call right over here. Here's that incoming phone call just now that just happened. I can just listen to it if I want to.
There you go.
On Hello, this is John. And you can see, I can see somebody calling RoboContact, somebody calling text in bulk, somebody calling my Upwork profile. So here's all the calls that happen, all the text messages. You can see inbound, outbound text messages. Here's a new lead from RoboContact. Here's somebody that is interested in RoboContact. That was just yesterday that I got a new lead that said that they're interested in RoboContact, if you see. So that was a new RoboContact. That looks like it was me testing the system. But you can see here, I can just send a text message to this guy. I can call him. I can schedule an automated follow-up, and I can just say, hey, in a couple of days, you need to automatically call this guy or automatically text him or automatically email him. So I can just schedule out the automated follow-up for him. See all my voicemails. Oh, I can also go in and create these. So I can create these little widgets right here. They're called click-to-call widgets. You see this little widget right here? You just create this little widget. It goes right on your website. They can get a little message, and then they can just go in and put their phone number, and they can either ask for a phone call right now or ask for a text message right now, and that will get delivered off to your agents. They'll be added into the backend in a list, and automation will start. So you can add those. You can create as many of those as you want, put them on as many websites as you want. You can create your IVRs. So those IVRs, those interactive voice response, kind of like a decision tree. I use them for pre-qualification, right? So my process, if you want to know my process, this is typically not something I would tell people unless they're in the community and they pay for coaching. But part of what I did to scale from, like I said, a solopreneur to having 37 full-time engineers on staff, is I would use RoboContact and I would search software development firms, all right? So I would search software development firms because they buy my services, because I sell software development services, and they literally go buy software engineers like me. And I got a bunch of software engineers. So I would search them, and I would start my cold outreach to them, and then I would put them in text in bulk, and I would start an outreach on text in bulk where I would be calling them asking to speak to the hiring manager, right? And then I would have an IVR set up where whenever they would call my number back, I would give them that number. You know, I would go in and send them out an outbound phone call that would say, hey, you know, this is John, I'm an engineer. I'm actually wanting to speak to your hiring manager to see if you have any developer positions open. If you could give me a call at, you know, blah, blah, blah phone number. When they call blah, blah, blah phone number, I would have an IVR set up. I went in here and set up an IVR. I'd have an IVR set up, which was essentially my pre-qualification and decision tree, where I would go in and make them confirm. Are you the hiring manager? Yet, if you're the hiring manager, press 1. If you're not the hiring manager, press 2. If they press 1, then I'd have them go in and say, hey, are you guys currently looking to add more software engineers to your team? Press 1. If no, press 2. If they press 1, I would say, hey, do you guys allow remote workers? Do you hire remote workers and allow people to work remote, or is it have to be on location? For remote, press 1. If it has to be on location, press 2. And I would continue them down my pre-qualification process all the way to get them to see if they were comfortable talking to me about a staffing service with me placing my engineers at staffing and them outsourcing overflow work to me. And the only people that would be on my phone were people that went through this process, that were hiring managers, went all the way through this process and were interested in hearing more about how they can hire a developer for my company for $2,500 a month, as opposed to $10,000 a month salary in the US, so 25%. And so now by the time they get on the phone with me, I don't have to sell them. They are already sold. By the time they get on the phone with me, they've already confirmed so many times, yes, this is what I'm looking for. Yes, I want to hear more about this.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely, you know, like I said, there's nothing else out there like it. It's absolutely awesome. And then when you link them up with either one or two of your other tools, let alone all of them, you can see the immense power of this. It's bloody unbelievable. It really is. And like I said, I mean, for myself, I'm not even scratching the surface on all this stuff at the moment. it's something I'm definitely going to be implementing more and more on. But like I said, since I've known you in the company, I've seen a really massive spike in growth. And I love what you guys are about, the way you share, the way the community is. And that's why, when I reached out to yourself and we decided to put this thing together for my audience, I thought what you offered was extremely generous, really generous. But don't forget, this is 6 months free software, completely. There's no credit cards, nothing like that. And I mean, the reason why I wanted to share this is because, we're not just talking all the marketing people that I know and everyone in my Facebook community or my YouTube community, whatever it may be. My YouTube community is pretty new at the moment because I've just started to go into YouTube. But the reality is, this is good for people that you might know. They might, like I say, they might have a hairdressers, they might have a butcher's, they might have, a restaurant. This is really powerful stuff, invoicing out the link system, the way the world's going. It's really good to have all this stuff in place, automation ready for you to help your business move forward. And it does help your business move forward. When John showed the quick example of what he would normally have to do if he had to do what a researcher's job might have to be, of just finding out local companies around him, could be competitors, could be people you want to serve to, could be anything. But just doing that is a long-winded process. And in this tool, just one part of it does it instantly, automated, and connected it up with the others. But I love the social proof, the new tool that you've got there. I think that's pretty damn awesome. So, I mean, John, you've really been absolutely, really, really amazing. I think what you've shared with us is powerful stuff.
And that's just our software. That's not even all the community benefits. I mean, that's just the production tools that we have. Like I said, we have other softwares that are in beta that community members can ask.
Exactly.
Yeah. Part of the betas. We have this product, which is free software funnel baits. We give this to community members as well. And this product allows you to tie into our APIs and allows you to create your own little landing pages and build your list by giving away our software for free. So you can give away Link Wizard. We usually charge $97 a month for Link Wizard is usually what we charge. You can give it away for free.
Community pay, yeah, absolutely. And that, again, it just shows the value of what you're giving back to the community.
We try to give you all the tools that you need as an entrepreneur to run your business. And also with this latest product is meant to organically grow your list. So we've had in RoboContact and Text and Bulk ways for you to grow your list non-organically, ways for you to go out and grab leads, right? For you to go out and search and get those leads. Now we've provided you with a product where leads can come to you, and they will come to you, and they will opt into you instead of you going out and grabbing their data and contacting them. Now we've provided you with a product where we allow you to give away our software for free on your own funnel with your own name, everything. You give it away for free. You just tie into our API, and now you get people opting in organically. It's not like you're going out to the internet to find them. They're coming to you. They're opting in because they want that thing from you, right? And it's a thing that now creates a massive amount of value up front, because now you give them a software account that's worth $100 a month, and they get it for free every single month. They log into it every single day. They use it every single day, and it provides so much value to them that now as you send them emails out and begin to market to them, they're really listening to you, because the things because the little lead magnet that you gave them isn't just some 2-page PDF document that wasn't super valuable to them. It's something that actually provides value to them every single day. So they listen up to you and they buy your stuff.
And just to add to it, I'll put my link in. I don't know if you want to share it on yours, but it's my builder rule link. Well, if people sign up under me on that, it's a funnel builder and so on. I'm happy to help people in how to use that, and just reach out to me anytime you want. I'm creating some training at the moment. You'll get free access to that if you sign up under that. But again, this stuff, all these things are instrumental in building business, as is ClickFunnels, as is all the other different tools that you may use. But these things here are what you talked about earlier on, where you can really scale up, and it's the back end stuff. It's not just the the website just sat there up in the cloud, which is basically just, I joked with someone. I said, it's one thing having a website, but you may as well just get, I've got my real estate business card here. Yeah, I might as well just go and throw that in some bloody public toilet, stick it on the wall somewhere and just hope. You know, that's pretty much what we're doing to some degree. If you just have a website up there, you just put it up there in the cloud. If you're not doing anything to back that up and to create a funnel of some sort, to whether you use social proof, link wizard, you know, or magic zap, or whatever you might use, you know, you're basically just doing what everyone else is doing. And to scale up and to be different, you have to really be different and scale up. And the only way you can do that is have a tool or a big team. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. So, John, you've been brilliant. Is there anything else you need to add, mate, at all?
Well, honestly, I don't have a lot of time left. If you haven't noticed, I've had 2 people come.
No, me neither. I think you've given me way more time than I expected, actually, because I know you're extremely busy. Yeah,
I got a couple. I got a couple meetings. I've got a meeting with like 9 of my engineers that I've been putting off. But this is essentially, so if you actually join the Tier 5 community, essentially what you get is you get access to all of our software, unlimited access to all of our software. You also get access to this new product, free software funnel baits. You also get access to our affiliate platform that you talked about, where we let you resell our products and our community membership, and we give you a 58%. 58%. You get 58%, and that is a residual monthly commission. We also have awesome contests. Like right now, we have a contest going on in our community and our group. The winner gets Oculus Rift. So I'm going to send you an Oculus Rift. Second prize winner gets $250 cash on top of all your affiliate commission. All sorts of a great, I mean, the community membership alone is worth it. I mean, forget the fact that you get $1,000 worth of software every month. You get to network with a bunch of like-minded people who are on the same journey as you and are going to help and support you in your journey. You got some Facebook ad, you got some posts that you want engagement on. You can post it in the community. They'll go post on your post. They'll go post on your ad. They'll go give you engagement. They'll help you. You need help with your funnel. You need help with this. You need help with that. They'll go in and actually go. Hey. Yeah. I'm sorry. I work with the office full of heathens that like to have fun, and we like to have a lot of fun and they're messing with my monkey.
I love it.
That's my poor little monkey. But you get access to trainings, more advanced trainings. I do all sorts of tech trainings all the time, every day in the community. Yet Saturday I just did community day. It was 8 hours, like a full 8 hours of live training that you could come and talk about anything that you want, learn anything that I could actually help you with. Then you also get revenue shares at Tier 5. So we have an actual profit sharing model where we share our actual profits. And the coolest thing is you get to be part of a movement, the first ever community owned and operated software development firm. It's a collaborative effort of like-minded entrepreneurs who essentially want to do good and inspire positive change in the world and really want to reach their dreams and ambition and have a group and a support network to help them. And not just that, also have a full-time company, a full-time staff of 40 full-time software engineers to build software on demand for them to help them in their everyday life and their everyday business, and also to build powerful tools to them that they can use as revenue streams to retire on passive income.
So you're essentially
building software together.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're using it for your business, but you're becoming part of the business just by using it. It's awesome. You win-win either way. And that's why I'm a part of it, John. And I appreciate being part of your movement, and I appreciate your time. You've been absolutely immense. Like I said, if people want to join me and join that competition where we get the £6,000 worth, you know, you've got to put a really good quality joke, man. You know, it's got to be funny. Mind you, it could be so crap, it might be funny. So a bit of a, you know, throwing in about a week's time, I think we'll see who wins. So join my group. I've given John the link. I'm going to publish this in my YouTube as well and put it on my Facebook also. And I've also got my other links to my software that I use. Happy to help you guys if you sign up under me. You know, just reach out. But John, you've been a legend, mate. Thank you ever so much. Say hi to the team. Say hi to Monkey for me. We didn't really we didn't get him on camera, but maybe another time.
And the one thing I didn't mention is the community membership is limited to 750 people. So
yeah, of course,
the community is not. We're not going to allow everybody into our community. We're giving you, as a community member, we're giving you over $1,000 worth of software a month for just $97 a month. We're giving you ways to actually make revenue, passive revenue streams by promoting our softwares. You get access to all our softwares plus all our future softwares. And we're just going to keep building software over and over and over again, just like the ones that you see here. Very powerful softwares, but it's limited to the first 750 people.
And that's really important, because some people think limits are there for marketing tool to keep on expanding, but you guys have set this limit for an affiliate reason. And that reason is
we set this limit because the community members are the public figure of tier 5, and they're the collaborative group of there are small inner circle that we're actually listening to and custom building software to, and we're tailoring our software. So obviously we don't want that open to everybody, because then it becomes so noisy to try to listen to what people want. So it is a limited amount, and that limit is 700.
Yeah, and that again, it comes down to integrity. You guys as a company, which is again why I connected. But you've been amazing. Really appreciate it, guys. This is a real rare opportunity. If you fancy it, throw your best joke, because we're all about. I mean, Jon is like really like a bit like me, where we're not regimented. You know, we just said we'll just go with the flow. We won't have specific questions. And he's a funny guy. He likes to have a good laugh. And at the end of the day, that resonates with me, which is why I'm part of the team. So yeah, go for it. Try it out. Check it out. Check out the links, and we'll see you on the inside if you join us. So take care. Thanks again, Jon. Say hi to the team. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed listening, then please subscribe to The Mic Drop Show and connect with Michael on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.